Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Now let us look at the exercise. Once the method is clear to you, or if you memorize this formula well, then these questions are very simple for you. Following table shows the ages of patients admitted in a hospital during a year. Find the mode and mean of the data given below, given above in this case. Compare and interpret the two measures of central tendency, that is mode and mean. Okay. So, to calculate mean, we would require class marks, right. What is class mark? It will be denoted by xi. So, 15 plus 5 is 20, 20 divided by 2, 10. Here you will have 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, right. So, these are the class marks or xi. Number of patients will give us the frequency. Okay. Now, in this question, what method should we take, direct method or some other method? Let me extend the table here itself. This question is pretty simple, so let us go by direct method. So, we have got Fi, we have got Xi. So, what will be Fi Xi? 10 into 6 is 60, 20 into 11 220, 30 into 21 630, 40 into 23 920, 50 into 14 700, and this is 300. So, this is the Fi Xi. What is sigma Fi Xi? Sigma of Fi Xi is the sum of these entries. So, 300 plus 700 is 1000, 1000 and 920 is 1920, 1980. So, this is 2200, 2830. So, 2830 is the value of sigma Fi Xi. You just check it again, 300, 700, 1000, right. So, 1900, 2500, 2700, and then these 2780, 2810, 2830. So, yes, this data is, this sum is correct. So, this is sigma Fi Xi. Now, to calculate mean, I would require sigma Fi also. So, what is sigma Fi in this case? 5 plus 14 19, 19 and 11 is 30, 30 plus 6 36, 37, 57, 60, 80. So, it is 80, right. So, what is the mean in this data? 2830 divided by 80, and it will be approximately equal to 35.37 approximately, right. This is the mean. Now, let us talk about the mode of this data. So, for mode, I would require the class with maximum frequency. So, 23 is the maximum frequency here. So, this is my model class. So, my model class is 35 to 45 here, right. Once I know my model class, I can say that L is equal to 35, right. H, that is class size, it is equal to 10, right. What other information do I have? The frequency of model class, that is 23. Now, frequency of the class preceding the model class, it is 21. Frequency of the class succeeding the model class, that is 14, right. So, this much information I have with me. Now, to calculate mode, it is equal to, let us write the formula once again, L plus F minus F1 divided by 2F minus F1 minus F2 into H, right. So, L is 35, F minus F1 23 minus 21, 2f, that is twice of f, is 46, minus f1, that is 21, minus f2, that is 14. Okay. So, we will multiply it with h, which is 10, 35 plus 2 divided by 46 minus, this is 21 plus 14 is 35 into 10. So, it will become 35 plus 2 divided by 11, and this is 10, right. So, it is 35 plus 20 by 11. Now, 35 into 11 is 385, 385 plus 20 is 405, 405 by 11 is 11 3s are 33, 7, 11 6 are 66, 9 is the remainder. So, 11 8s are 88, 2 is the remainder, 11 1s are. So, approximately this is the mode of this data, right, and look at mean and mode. So, when you compare mean and mode, mode is greater than mean in this case. Okay. So, the maximum number of patients admitted in the hospital are of the age 36.8 approximately, right, 36.81, or you can approximately say 36.8. So, maximum number of patients admitted in the hospital are of this age, and the average age of patients admitted in the hospital is 35.37, right. So, this is how we will interpret this data, right. Now, the following data gives the information on the observed lifetimes in hours of 225 electrical components. So, this is the lifetimes in hours and this is the frequency. So, determine the modal lifetimes of the components. Let us look at the maximum frequency here, 61. So, this is the modal class. So, if I ask you directly what is L here, lower limit of the modal class, it is 60. What is H, that is length, class length, it is 20, right. What is the frequency of modal class, it is 61. Frequency of the class preceding the modal class, that is 52. Frequency of the class succeeding the modal class, it is 38, right. So, what else do you need? Let us calculate the mode directly. Mode is equal to L plus f minus f1 divided by 2f minus f1 minus f2 into h, right. So, L is 60 plus f 61 minus f1, that is 52, divided by twice of f. So, twice of 61 is 122 minus f1, that is 52, minus f2, that is 38. So, we will multiply it with h, which is 20. So, it is equal to 60 plus 61 minus 52 is 9. So, 9 divided by 52 and 38 collectively are equal to 90. So, 122 minus 90 is 32, right, and multiplied with 20. So, now it is just the calculation part. 4 8s are 32, 4 5s are 20, 60 plus 45 by 8, and if you further simplify it, 60 plus 45 by 8, it is 8 5s are 40. So, 5 point, now 8 6 are 48, right, 8 2s are 16, 8 5s are 40. So, the answer is 65.625. Now, this is the mode, okay. Now, and the unit of this answer should be hours, right. This is your answer, okay. The following data gives the distribution of total monthly household expenditure of 200 families of a village. We need to find the modal monthly expenditure of the families. Now, also find the mean monthly expenditure. So, for mode, let us look at the maximum frequency. It is 40, because this is the frequency. These are the classes, and for calculation of mean, we would also require class mark. that is xi, right, which will be 1250 in this case, 1750 here, 2250 for this class, right. So 2750 for this class, and for this one it will be 3250, for this one it will be 3750, for this one 4250 and 4750. So these are the class marks which are big numbers, right. So what do we do when we have big numbers? In calculation of mean, we would use assumed mean method or step deviation method, right. So in this case, let us first of all assume a mean. Let us assume 3250 as our mean. So I'll calculate di by subtracting 3250 from these numbers. So this will give me minus 2000, right, and this will give me minus 1500, this will give me minus 1000, minus 500, 0, 500, 1000 and 1500. So these are the numbers that I get for di. Now let me calculate ui. So I'll divide these numbers by a certain number so that all the numbers get even shorter. So for ui, let me calculate ui here, right. For ui, what I am doing is I am dividing these numbers by 500. So ui here is xi minus 3250 by h, that is 500 in this case. So the first number will become minus 4, here it will become minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay. Now for applying the step deviation method, I would require fi ui. So fi ui means the product of these. So it will be minus 96, minus 120, minus 66, minus 28, 0, 22, 32 and 21. Now if I ask you what is sigma fi ui, it is the sum of these, right, and we have got some negative numbers. So let us adjust these numbers here. 32 minus 28 is 4 positive, right. So 4 plus 22 is 26, 27, 47. So 47 minus 66 will be, till now we have got 47, right. So 47 minus these numbers. So this is 120 and 66 is 186 and 96. So 286, 282. So it is 282, right. So you just have to subtract 47 from it and then we will apply the negative sign. 12 minus 7 is 5, 7 minus 4 is 3. So it is 235, right, with a negative sign, minus 235. So what is the mean? Mean is equal to, so we will add what we have subtracted, right. We had subtracted 3250, so we will add it, right, and then sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi, and we will multiply with the number which we divided with. So 500, right. This will give us our mean. 3250 plus what is sigma fi ui minus 235. Sigma fi is the sum of these families, which is 200. So 200 into 500 here. So this will be cancelled. Okay. 3250 minus, this will be 1175 by 2. So finally it will be equal to, if you double it, it will be 6500 minus 1175 by 2, right. And what is 6500 minus 1175? it will be 5325. So 5325 divided by 2 is easier to calculate. So it will be 2662.5. Now let us look at the mode of this data or modal monthly expenditure. So the class with maximum frequency is this, 40 is the maximum frequency. What is the modal class? This is the modal class. Okay, so I'll directly apply the formula for mode. It is equal to the lower limit of modal class, that is 1500, plus frequency of modal class 40 minus frequency of class preceding the modal class. So 40 minus 24 divided by twice of the frequency of modal class, that is 40 into 2 80 minus 24 minus frequency of the class succeeding the modal class, that is 33 in this case, and you have to multiply it with class length, which in this case is 500. Okay. So this data here will give us the modal monthly expenditure, 1500 plus this is 16 divided by 24 plus 33 is 57, and 80 minus 57 is 23, and you multiply it with 500. Okay. Now this will be equal to, now this is the calculation part, right? So you may like to do it yourself, otherwise what you do is take 500 as common and write it as 3 plus 16 by 23, right? I am giving you an idea how to calculate. So it will be 69 plus 16 by 23. What is 69 plus 16? It is 85 by 23, right? Further, I wanted you to do it yourself. So that will be the modal monthly expenditure in rupees, obviously, right? So this answer will be in rupees. This is how you calculate the mode. You just have to memorize that formula and be aware of the frequency, that the maximum frequency is corresponding to the modal class, right? Now this following distribution gives us the state wise teacher student ratio in higher secondary schools of India. Find the mode and mean of this data. Interpret the two measures. Now to calculate mode, I will look for the maximum frequency. So this is the maximum frequency, okay, and this is the modal class. So what is mode? Lower limit of the modal class 30 plus f minus f1, that is 10 minus 9 divided by twice of 10, that is 20 minus 9 minus 3 into length of the class, that is 5. Okay. So I have not written the formula here. I want you to go back to the previous questions to look for formula if you have still not memorized it. 30 plus this is 1 divided by 20 minus 12 is 8. So this is 5 by 8. Okay. 30 into 8 is 240, 245 by 8. So it is approximately 30.6. Right. So this is approximately 30.62. It is the mode. Okay. Now we also need to find mean of this data. To find mean, we would require class mark, which is xi. So for this, class mark will be 17.5, this 22.5, 27.5, okay, 32.5, 37.5, this will have 42.5, 47.5, 52.5, right. So these are the class marks. If I assume a certain mean, I can calculate DI also. Let us assume 37.5 as our mean. So it will give us minus 20 here, right. 22.5 minus 37.5 will give us minus 15. So, it will give us minus 10, minus 5, 0, 5, 10 and 15, right. So, I can further calculate ui xi minus 37.5. 37.5 is the assumed mean here. So, to calculate ui, I will divide it by a certain number, which in this case will be 5, right. So, it is xi minus 37.5 divided by 5. So, it will become minus 4, minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, right. Now, I will calculate ui fi ui, right, fi ui. So, this is fi, this is the frequency, right, and if you multiply it with minus 4, it will give you minus 12, minus 24, minus 18, minus 10, 0, 0, 0 and 6, right. So, what is the sum sigma fi ui? It is, so this will become 6 minus 10 is minus 4, minus 4 minus 18 is minus 22, minus 26, minus 46, minus 48, minus 58. So, this is minus 58. And what is sigma fi? (11), 20, 30 and 35, right. So, what is the formula for mean using the step deviation method? So, it will be equal to, we will add what we have subtracted, right. So, it will be 37.5 plus, and then we will apply sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi, that is minus 58 divided by 35, and we will multiply it with what we divided it with, right. So, 5. You remember the formula? It was assumed mean plus sigma fi ui divided by sigma fi into h, right. H is the number that we divided all this data with, right. And what was a? A was the number that we subtracted from this data, that was 37.5 in this case. So, this formula here will give you the mean, right. So, I want you to calculate it yourself. I will give you the approximate idea. So, this is 37.5 minus 58 by 7. So, it is 8.28 something, right, which will further be written as 37.5 minus 828. So, it is no. We need to subtract 8.28 from 37.5. So, it will be something like this. (29.22) is the approximate mean, which in this case is lesser than the mode that we calculated, right. And now interpret the two measures. Now, this frequency distribution gives us the teacher student ratios in high school of India. So, this here, the mean gives us the average student teacher ratio in the schools of India. This gives us the average teacher student ratio in schools of, in higher secondary schools of India, right. What does this data signify? This gives us the average of teacher student ratio having the maximum teacher student ratio, right. Okay. So, this is the interpretation here. So, the interpretation that we can make is that maximum number of schools have student teacher ratio of 30.62, right. So, this is maximum number of schools in India have teacher student ratio of 30.62. So, notice the word maximum number of schools, right, and mean signifies the average of teacher student ratio in all the schools. Okay. So, this gives you the average of teacher student ratios in all the schools, and this is the teacher student ratio in maximum number of schools. Okay. Now, this given distribution shows the number of runs scored by some top batsmen of the world in one-day international cricket matches. So, these are the runs scored and these are the number of batsmen. Okay. Find the mode of this data. So, maximum number of batsmen scored between 4000 to 5000. So, this is the modal class here. So, the mode will be L, that is 4000, plus F minus F1, 18 minus 4, divided by twice of F, that is 36, minus F1 minus F2 into the class size. Class size is 1000. All right. So, the mode will be equal to 4000 plus this is 14 divided by 36 minus 13. So, it will be equal to 23 and multiplied with 1000. Okay. So, again what you can do is you can take 1000 as common, 4 plus 14 by 23 here, which will be equal to 1000 into, this is 23 into 4 is 92, 92 plus 14 is 96 plus 10, that is 106 by 23, right. Now, I leave the multiplication part to you, right. You just need a rough idea here. I can give you the estimate of the mode of number of runs scored by some top batsmen here, which will be, this is approximately 4 point something. So, it will be approximately 4000, right, 4000 something. So, you divide it by 23 and then get the answer for mode. Now, a student noted the number of cars passing through a spot on a road for 100 periods each of 3 minutes and summarized it in the table given below. Find the mode of this data. Okay. So, to find mode, I will again look for the maximum frequency, which is 20. So, this is the modal class. So, the mode is L plus F minus F1 divided by 2F minus F1 minus F2 into H. L in this case is 40, right, plus frequency of modal class is 20, frequency of the class preceding the modal class is 12, twice of 20 is 40 minus 12 minus 11, which is F2, right, into H, which is 10. Okay. So, now this is just the calculation part and you will find the mode. Let me further simplify it a bit. 8 divided by, this is 40 minus 23. So, that is 17. 8 into 10 will become 80 here, right. So, this part you do yourself, right. So, this was about this exercise. If you memorize this formula, right, and know your calculations, then you can find the answers very easily in this chapter, right. Thank you.